I'm a realtor, technically broker, and I have done very well for myself and our family through cold calling homeowners. I don't call FSBOs. I don't call expireds. I honestly can't even remember the last time I really did. And I just totally call neighborhoods. I just widespread, nothing really in particular, no reason, no targeted list or whatever you may call it. I get that question a lot. And we have a wonderful group of realtors, and you guys are getting leads. Like, we do it together and you're like, oh my God, I got a lead. So if you're kind of second guessing, does this really work? Even if you're watching this on the replay, yes, it works. Like, I got 2 leads Sunday. If you missed that one, go watch it. So I love how somebody said unfazed I am when I have these calls. I've just been doing it consistently, you guys, since September 6, 2023. And I transitioned from being a buyer's agent to a listing agent. That was the hardest year ever, 2023. And I stuck to it. I pivoted. I started doing circle prospecting, really because my friend Marlene, I saw her doing it, and I said, you know, what are you doing? What program, whatever are you using? And it was really just Mojo. She was triple line dialing, and she mentioned she got her phone number from Mojo. I thought, oh, let me just do that. And from there, I just started taking off. It did take a few months to finally get the listing, but it didn't take me long to get a lead. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and load up my Mojo here. And I am going to be, I'll let you know, I'm tired. I've been working all day since almost like 8 a.m. I got up at 7:30, got ready, coffee, and I've just been working all day. If you're not working, like working, then what are you doing? This is a full-time job, no joke. I would say, for the most part, I was doing like a good hour and a half of follow-ups also earlier, in case you're like, what is it you do all day? Well, I work on my marketing. I follow up and service my clients. I was actually following up on my current pending deals. I was also just inquiring about another property to see if we can get another buyer, or I can get another buyer under contract. And then tomorrow, my husband and we got a new listing, and we're doing photos and video for that tomorrow. So we got that coordinated. I do 2-line dialer, and then I'm gonna do the 5 rings, because that's just kind of what's been working for me. And I know this was part of the discussion with Sergio. You want to just like play around with a dialer, change it up. Even if it works one time, it doesn't mean it's going to work next week or the month after. Hence why I'm constantly pivoting my dialer, Mojo dialer, that is. Okay, cool. So we got 50. I like calling 50 people at a time. What skip tracer are you using? I don't use skip tracer, but I do use a Mojo. Get all the data from the Mojo neighborhood search feature. And Sergio, you're right about the amount of leads you can get. No. Hello, I didn't like that. It's like, oh my God, was there a really bad delay with Mojo there? Just really throws, from experience, a lot of those calls almost never go. Amy?
Please leave your message for...
See, there's no delay. What the hell was she like, hello, all about? That was probably a personality, and I'm not vibing with that personality. Therefore, I choose to hang up. What was I saying? Neighborhood search for Sergio, you're right about. So I just signed up for a 3rd time in my entire career for the neighborhood search. What was I going to say? Yeah. So, okay. When I say I signed up for Mojo neighborhood search 3rd time, it literally means I signed up, I pull data, I cancel it. So I just pay that $50 instead of just allowing it to be on my bill month after month after month. Because once you export it, just because you cancel the subscription, it's not going to delete and erase all the leads. I shouldn't say exported, but like imported into your dialer. And I looked at their screen this recent time that I signed up, and it legit changed unlimited, and it's highlighted. And I have a feeling, because technology is changing and a lot of the AIs and AI cold calling and all that stuff, which is technically illegal, I think they changed it. So for $50, I can pull unlimited name numbers and some emails for just $50, you guys, unlimited. So that's what I use. they do also have a skip tracer feature. Marcos, I just got a lead today. He's very reluctant to pay buyer's agent commission. Let's see how this ends. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not even our responsibility anymore. That's part of the negotiation. Compensation is fully negotiable. Just go in and ask for your fair share. That's the way I approach it. And I just always say, you know what, let's discuss that when we have an offer. So yay. Oh, let me get my StreamYard hooked up. I'm kind of curious, like how that came about actually with the conversation. Fill me in, like what happened? Like you called with a circle? Was it a FSBO? Was it expired? Because I would say for a circle, they almost never bring that up unless it's how your market is. Let me see. Okay, this is for Marcos. Let me make sure this isn't too loud. Yay! Woohoo, Marcos! Way to go. All right. But yeah, fill me in. I'd love to know a little bit more about the lead that you got. But yeah, when they're just like, I don't want to pay buyer's agent, I'm like, oh, that's, my professional fee is 3%. Like we can figure that out depending on the offer. I wholesale. I use, sorry, got to make sure my mojo is going. I wholesale. I use ready mode for my dialer. Oh, what's that? Ready mode. I'm going to have to search that. Hold on. I want to look it up. It's the first time I've ever heard of that. But I feel like for some reason, wholesalers, investors, you guys have like different dialers and different systems and different ways of pulling. I feel like there was one other dialer I heard that you guys use, wholesalers in particular. Ready mode. Why do I feel like I have a hair? Sorry, guys. Ready mode. How much is it? I also asked because I pay $174 a month, and that's like
7, 5, 8.
And that's actually
9.
with a lot of the add-ons. So I'm kind of like at their top level. So I pay $174 for triple A and dialer, the $25 recording.
Trying to reach is not available.
Recording feature, and then 2 different Mojo numbers, and I pay $174. Ready mode starter, $199. Okay. 1 to 4 licenses makes sense. So it'd probably be as a single yourself. Phone number, 30 phone number DIDs.
Hello, you have reached JCF.
That's cool. So with that dialer, outbound minutes, inbound minutes. What, they charge you for inbound? Set it fee waived. Yeah, I know, like what's it called? That one dialer I'm going to try out. Enzo. Yeah, this is really cool to see the other side, wholesaling. So let me see what else I missed. Prop stream to pull my list, and skip Genie to skip trace the leads. It's expensive but very efficient. I've heard of prop stream before. Skip Genie to skip trace. Yeah, I've actually heard of people where they get lists from like mortgage lenders, title companies, real estate attorneys, third-party providers, and then they like skip it. But for myself, it's just so convenient to do it all in one. But obviously, I don't really know what kind of list you're calling either. But hey, whatever works. Awesome. Love it. Love having you here too. Shout out Marcos. Yay. Nice having you here, Truth Enterprises. Marcos, I was circle prospecting. Okay, cool. Yay, let me read this. I was circle prospecting. He's a retired architect in Mexico. Mexico, viva Mexico. I think his main reason for not offering buyer's agent commission is because in Mexico, a lot of deals are made directly with the homeowner. But he was super friendly and he appreciated. So this is something interesting. I don't know if I don't think I've ever said this before. But when I heard about the whole real estate lawsuit 4 years ago, it was like 4 years ago, actually, when I heard about it. And I would keep up to date on the law and like the court case and that was happening. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to change in the future. I already saw it coming. But with that being said, I started asking my husband's family because he's Swedish and his family they're all over Europe, England, France, Switzerland, and Sweden. And we get together every time we get together, I would like ask them, if you want to buy a house, what is the process like? Do you have a buyer's agent? They were like, what's a buyer's agent? And they've never heard of a buyer's agent. They've never used a buyer's agent. If you want to buy, you go directly to the listing agent. So that is very common. Primarily the United States is the one where we have buyer agents. And even, for example, whether you're in England or you're in Switzerland or you're in Sweden, they generally pay like 2 to 3%. That's it, because they only have that one side. Shockingly, in France, they were paying 6, even though there's one agent. I'm like, I'll take 6. So that's totally fine. I would say just roll with the punches. Don't even let it phase you. And then when it comes time to like listing his property, you know, after you follow up with him and nurture him and everything like that, I'm going to message this person. Sorry. I was just going to say, just nurture him and take care of him and then like worry about that later. Don't even bring that up. That's the best thing. I mean, I know I'm supposed to have this phone away, but, oh shoot. No, that wasn't her. But if someone just messages me, I just tell them, hey, I'm in a meeting. Can I call you after? Rachel, are you still able to use the platform to enter notes? For some reason, my brain is not clicking, Rachel. Are you still able to use the platform to enter notes? Are you talking about my Mojo?
Has been forwarded to voicemail.
Are you asking me? Like on Mojo, I enter notes like crazy. I'm such a note person, and I learned that a lot when I was at a call center. Your notes are like the best thing ever. Yeah, Rachel, let me know. Are you still able to use the platform to enter notes? Why did I just repeat myself 3 times? I do put notes on my Mojo.
Voice messaging system.
Hence why I use Mojo for everything instead of, for example, Truth Enterprises does 3 different things. My brain just can't handle that. I just can't. So it's nice to just have everything simple and streamlined. And Mojo's my dialer. Mojo's where I get my leads.
You've reached
Mojo is where I track my data, and Mojo is where I keep all my leads as my CRM, curated it beautifully so I don't lose track of anyone. Marco said, so funny. He said that people who move out of that community usually do so because their husbands died. He said he doesn't want to be next. Oh, oh my God. If you do not have fun having conversations with people, like you're taking it way too seriously. And when people yell at you, like you're taking it too seriously, just hang up on them. Like, don't let them affect you. I've done so much. I feel like I'm on day 2 already. Like the voicemails start from the beginning. So when I get someone who's like, hello, it's not because they couldn't hear me. It's just because that's how they answer their phone. And I'm sorry, but I do not want to deal with people who answer their phone very aggressively in an ugly manner. Well, I guess while I wait to have a conversation, I might as well write some handwritten note cards. I don't usually do this because I can't really focus that well. But let me know if you guys have any questions.
the tone. Please record your message when you have.
Next. Thank you. Ugh. Oh my gosh, how is a U a W? Thank you. Oh my God, I had such nice follow-ups earlier today. Twice today, I had people say, yep, your card is on my refrigerator. I'm like, oh, they're like, I know who you are. Of course you know, because I know my follow-up system. Like, you're not going to forget me. And yes, the likelihood of my business magnet card being on your refrigerator is very high. So I thought that was so cool for them to be like, your card is on my refrigerator. I know. Thank you for spending time.
Por favor, deje su mensaje.
Por favor, deja su mensaje. La persona que has llamado no está disponible. Sí. Rachel, yes, about Mojo. I just didn't understand about downloading, then canceling. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, yeah. So what happens is on Mojo, you pull up, you click the neighborhood search, and I like to do like a polygon, like you draw where you want to call, and then you import that
The mailbox is
list.
full and there is not enough space to leave a message.
You import that list, and then you import as much as you want. It's officially unlimited. Like you can download 250,000 people if you wanted to. And then what you do is you just go into your billing, your subscription, and you just cancel the service. But just because you cancel the neighborhood search service of $50 a month doesn't mean it's going to eliminate all those 250. It's not going to delete those 250 people that you imported into Mojo. So once you import it into Mojo, it will always stay in Mojo. And then you can just work the numbers and call the numbers. And then when you have a lead, there's a little note section on the bottom. I love how they say I'm not thinking of buying or selling. And then it reminds me of Harold's comment yesterday, like, are you interested in buying any other properties or something? Like, it's funny how they're just immediately like, I'm not buying or selling. So yeah, Rachel, on the bottom left, there's like a big square. It's where you can type all your notes. I remember espresso. I thought it was Salespresso. It's been so long. I think I tried that early 2022. It's been so long. I'm not sure why the contacts were low today. You know what? It's so weird. The last couple of days have been like very strange, strangely low. So yeah, I totally get what you mean. It's like been a hit or miss. I'm not sure if one of the numbers was flagged, although
and forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Not sure if one of the numbers was flagged, although they are whitelisted. Let's see tomorrow. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes I like my brain will go there, like, oh my God, did I actually get marked spam? And then like I'll just keep calling, and then like 4 days later, somebody will comment how my caller ID shows, my name and then REA. So then I'm like, okay, I was just over exaggerating. And you're right. Like there's just days where it's low, and then all of a sudden the next day you get 20 contacts and you're like, oh, okay, I was working for nothing. So just let it be. Like I said, the only thing you can do is control the time that you
Please leave your message
that you spend sitting in the
9,
chair
5.
actually making the calls, because it can be, I don't know, things just kind of come up. I think it was Sunday. I think I had 3 conversations in 1 hour. Thank God I got 2 leads. And that was the weirdest thing ever, because both of them were expired, like recently expired. And they weren't even expired. Like I didn't call it expired list. I was just circle prospecting. So I got, I shouldn't say lucky, because I actually put in the work. Jonathan, it was follow-up. Jonathan got an appointment. Yay. From a follow-up. I love that. I was actually telling Blake earlier, because we were on together. I was like, I got to get 2 appointments this week. Like, I know I'm rocking and rolling and getting listings and doing deals, but I'm like, my appointments level is low.
And forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
And it's so funny. It's like, I really, thankfully, through all of this effort, I really don't need that many appointments to get that many listings. So yeah, but I do need more. I definitely need more appointments. I'm thinking 2 off the top of my head. I can definitely coordinate. I'm going to see if I can shoot for 3, but they're going to have to be primarily like Thursday.
Called is unavailable.
Thursday and Friday appointments or something. I'm calling around about my off-market listing now. Oh, congrats. Nice. Love that. Love, love, love. Harold is a shark. He's hustling. He has an off-market listing. He's going to try and find a buyer. Whoop, whoop. Rachel, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Gabriel, hey, how are you? How have you been? Adela, how do you handle leads ghosting you? That's a good question. How do I handle it? It's so funny because it's like I talk to people for so long that they don't necessarily ghost me, because sometimes the amount of time or length that I actually talk to them can be so spread. So I feel like in a way this is kind of a loaded question, Gabriel, because When I used to work with FSBOs and expireds, I could feel like they were ghosting me, and they were ghosting everyone. And then you get upset when you see them go on the market with somebody else, and you're like, what the hell could I have done different? But when it comes to circle prospecting, because I talk to people for a year, 2 years, obviously it'll be longer the longer I do this, they usually end up talking to me. But I've also curated and nurtured a very good relationship. And even if, for example, they are ghosting me, eventually I do end up getting a good percentage, maybe
Voicemail. The person you're trying
maybe like
to reach.
80% of people, I'll get their email because I keep them up to date on the market, and they're very appreciative of that. So even if they, well, maybe this is another question I'm kind of like drumming up in my head. So are you thinking like you call them, you text them, you send them a handwritten note card, you, I don't know, maybe just go by one day and knock on their door? Do they just not respond whatsoever to anything at all over? I don't know. Like, I don't really have people per se like ghost me. I will say I've had 2 occasions where somebody maybe just didn't respond to me over like 8 months, but I didn't even really feel like it was ghosting. I just thought, okay, so 2, this is crazy, Gabriel. This is crazy. I hope you're listening. So I had 2 in particular that I decided to stop following up with because I hadn't heard. And I didn't even really feel like, oh, they're ghosting me. I just kind of like didn't feel like they were really ever going to sell, because one of them, it was 4 siblings. I was like, there's no way that they're ever going to come to conclusion. Actually, like, I thought I was just wasting there. I just thought for sure there's no way. So I just decided, you know what, forget it. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, okay. So Gabriel, there was that one, right, of the 4 people, because it was siblings. And I was like, there's no way, forget it. I'll just give up. That's kind of how I felt. I didn't even feel like, I didn't take it personal. I didn't think like, oh, they're annoyed by me whatsoever. And then a month after I had made that decision, she called me back, and that's one of my listings. I was like, wow. And she actually said she appreciated all the follow-ups that I was doing, even though she wasn't responding the last several months. And then saying, like, a week after that, I had the same thing. A brother called and said, hey, you've been following up with my sister. We're coming down. We want to meet with you and talk about selling our condo. Now that one, we did the paperwork. They were prepping the property, and then they called me, and right, because I kept following up with them as far as like them prepping the property. And then the brother told me that the sister bought him out because they owned it mutually. And I was like, oh, okay. But he did say, and she said, you know what, Adela, in case we change our mind, can you please still follow up with us? So the 2 that I decided to throw into the trash actually came back to me. So I'm just kind of curious, like, are you referring to FSBOs? Are you referring to expireds? Because they ghost. Circle prospects, they're just busy, they're doing stuff, and I will follow up. Now after that, those 2 lessons, I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to follow up with people till they either list it with someone else. I would be shocked if that happened, or I don't know, like I'm just going to follow up with people. But I don't really handle leads ghosting me. I just keep following up with them because this is a long-term game.